Okay, well, looks like we got a lot of beer loaded on this train. Looks like those cars are rolling okay now. And of course, they actually work with KD couplers. Let's talk about it after we come back from the intro. Well, as you can see, we've got all four of those reefers running. They're due to be weathered, just like the first one that was fixed there. The big news this week is I got those four. Actually, that's not the big news this week. The big news this week is I finally got Weathering 101 off the ground. I finally got an episode of that out. And I'm very happy to have that out. It looks like it's going to do pretty well considering the small audience I've got. Hey, y'all, if you want to help grow my audience and my channel a little bit, just subscribe and, like my videos. If you like them, even if you don't like them. That'll show the algorithm. Another thing in the news this week, would you believe I spun the traction tires off of the RS3? Wow. I guess the traction tires were probably in need of replacement anyway. But I did. I mean, just a little bit ago, while I was pulling this nice, fairly long O-gauge train with with quite a few die-cast cars on it. Not all the cars are die-cast, but, it's a pretty heavy little train for that engine. So, but it was pulling them just fine. Then it just started, not wanting to do what it was supposed to do. I guess maybe the traction tires just kind of gave up. So I'm going to have to find some traction tires for it, or possibly make some. Anyway, yes, we got Weathering 101 off the ground with this car here. I'm intending to keep that going as a series. I'm going to weather these other three cars, but I'm not going to do it the same way I did that one. I want to, when you've got cars that run together regularly, like these private owner reefers, what you may want to do is put similar weathering on all your cars. Now, they don't always travel together, but in the event that they travel together quite a bit, they're going to weather similarly one car to the next, because they're going to be going through the exact same weather. But they're not going to look exactly the same. Obviously not. The next one, I'm going to do it using paint and probably using the airbrush. But I don't even know if those are going to be the next ones to get weathered. I may do boxcars. I can't really do that hopper there because it's already been weathered. But but I've never seen a gondola car remain so pristine for so long. And I've got 4 gondola cars sitting here. Yeah, all of them with loads. Well, not all of them. I mean, that Burlington car doesn't really have anything in it. It's just got covers on it. But gondola cars, hopper cars, just about any of your rolling stock is going to get weathered. Locomotives get weathered. And they don't stay pristine for very long. So I am intending to get these things, kind of get the ball rolling here. I'm hoping I'll be able to do that this week. But I am happy with the numbers that that particular video, old number 1 of Weathering 101, has done so far in just a few days that it's been up. I know I'm not one of the big names out there, and I understand that, and it's a lot of time and hard work getting videos going and getting your video channels going. I get that. It's not a real easy task to do that. But you know, I do want to get it going. I do want to grow the channel. Yes, I've had this channel for close to 20 years or so. I don't know, probably a while back. I do have an airbrush, believe it or not. I got it at Harbor Freight. I haven't tried it yet. I got it, would you believe I got it last week? But for $29.99, I didn't think it was too bad a deal. And you can get one. You can get your airbrush with a hose and a compressor for like $100. So that's not a bad price for a total rig like that. Yes, it's a basic airbrush. But it is an airbrush. It's not your basic spray gun like what you used to get from Badger. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against those old Badger guns. They worked great for what they were. And I never had any problem with it. Until one clogged up one time and I threw it out in the middle of a field. We'll talk about that some other time. I did retrieve it and ended up rebuilding, and it was fine after that. But well, anyway, let's just sit back and enjoy running some trains. Lots of beer on this run. 4 carloads of beer. Can you believe that? I don't know how good the Palatine & Sons beer is. I know they're out of Newark, New Jersey, so it can't be too good coming out of that state. But that's beside the point. Let's run a train and enjoy it. Wow, you can really feel the weight of that train go across that plywood there. Another thing I'm trying to get rid of here is boxes. You know, now I'm not like these guys that are bona fide collectors. Yeah, I collect trains, all right. I'm not like the bona fide collectors who hang on to the boxes and go and rent storage units to hold the boxes in, you know, virtually forever till I'm long gone. The storage unit doesn't get paid. Somebody comes in buying the storage unit and thinks he's getting a great deal on some O-gauge trains and finds out they're a bunch of empty boxes, which is really going to make him mad. You know, boxes don't make the piece of equipment that much more valuable. I understand it when it's a mint condition Lionel 700E Hudson from 1937. I would get that. It's in its original box, never been out of its box, blah, blah, blah. My equipment is running equipment. So, I've destroyed so-called value on it anyway. This stuff, these boxes are taking up room in my house. I do not go and rent storage units just for boxes. If I need to rent a storage unit, it's because I have something valuable enough to store. Cardboard boxes and styrofoam are not it. I need to get some of this room cleared out so that I can go and get some work done in here, so I can get my railroad up to par, and so. Those boxes are saying bye-bye today, and that's just the first batch. There'll be another batch later in the week. Uh-oh. Did we lose some juice there? Well, I did play with the weathering tools a little bit today. Again, and as an addendum to number 57 here, I've got, because that's what we're on, is number 57. I went ahead and did another one of those reefers. I'm getting proficient with the airbrush after losing and finding parts to the airbrush. The car looks fine to me. And yeah, I'm kind of liking it. It's looking good. Both sides are weathered. It's about the same, I guess. It's a little heavier, I think, on this side than the other, but the car looks good. And it's like I was saying just a little while ago, and I wanted to get handy with that airbrush before I ever demonstrated it to the general public. Like I said, it's a fine airbrush. And it comes from Harbor Freight of all places. So. Yeah, I don't know, or possibly engine I'm going to weather next. I did this one at the same time. If you remember, this one was pretty much showing pristine. I just wanted to mess with it, see how I could make it look. And it's looking about like most of the most of these ACF cars we see come through Florida here. It's a mess. Again, you just you can use those apple barrel or those craft paints you get at Walmart or someplace else like Michael's or at and I just mix them in alcohol. I just use regular isopropyl alcohol to mix them with. So that's about the way I do it, and it seems to work fine. So until next time, happy railroading.